All right. With all that said and done, as a little recap, you have been sent, the two of you have been hired by Inspector Aberline in the wake of the Jack the Ripper killings to investigate the strange occult-tinged murder of Lord Abernathy and Lady Rosencrantz, two people who were tangentially connected. They were nobles, but they were tangentially connected to this whole Ripper business. Since you've started investigating this, you've discovered more murders, you've discovered occult societies, you've discovered something called the Yellow King in Carcosa and yellow spirals and all sorts of things going on. And you've been stabbed and shot at, and Eddie's been shot, and it's just been a whole mess. But you are here and you're alive. In fact, as we begin, a little look ahead into the future. A little look ahead into the future as 10 years or so from now, as we saw in the other episodes leading up to here, 10 years or so from now, Claire will be rescued from the sanitarium by Addie, who has severe burn marks on her face by that point. And Addie will declare that she has found them and she knows where they are. And the last time we saw a little glimpse into the future like this, hey, Jenga, thank you so much. Appreciate you. The last time we saw a little glimpse into the future like this, you were getting on a boat to go to New York, where they are, supposedly. Well, you've been in New York for a little while now. You've been tracking them down, and you eventually found where they gathered. Ironically enough, perhaps, in the basement of a church. And that's where you are right now, in the basement of this church. In front of you, or rather around you at this particular point, are a number of figures in dark hoods and cloaks, and one of them specifically stands out a little bit as they are wearing a ram's head skull mask. You see on their cloak a symbol that perhaps Addie will recognize from having met Rowan Mars and the necklace that she was wearing. The ram's head, of course, resembles to a certain degree some of the other symbols that you've seen, but this particular figure is holding a long, thin blade, which right now drips with blood. The blood of Addie, and you, Claire, are on your knees holding Addie as Addie is bleeding out, dying in your arms. And these figures closing in around you. You look around. There doesn't seem to be any escape. Addie's blood is hot and sticky on your hands as you hold her and clutch her tight to you. Slowly watch her breathing slow down. Get fainter and fainter and fainter. That is in the future. For now, back in 1888, still in London, morning threatens as both of you have had fairly eventful evenings. Addie, you, after pursuing Porter and bringing your wounded Eddie back home, you encountered a young woman who came to your door. Said she was sorry. Not that she was sorry, but that her name was Sorry. She was the missing girl from the Abernathy residence. You got some information from Eddie. He has heard of a place called Carcosa, some kind of criminal hideout used by the Ordained House. It's at Bedlam Hospital. mental health hospital in the area, better known perhaps these days as Bedlam Hospital. You were also warned by a woman named Rowan Mars, who told you that it's the members of the ordained house now who are dying, and that that's a good thing, and that you should leave it alone. Eddie is wounded, um, but you found out that one, it is supposedly Philip who brought the camera or bought the Kodak from over in the States. You know that Sari was not at the house ever during the evening of the kidnappings and murders. Um, and that leaves a little bit of a question mark as to who it was that the cab driver, the horseman of the family, which of the servants suppose I'd come to tell him to get the carriage ready for Philip to go out. There's someone there that's unaccounted for. He thought it was Sorry, but apparently it wasn't. You, Claire, have agreed now to go to Bethlehem Hospital with Philip. Philip told you that that's where Jack the Ripper was apprehended before the ordained house stepped in and had him released. He says that he knew his father was in the ordained house and that they were up to no good, and making these discoveries back then shattered him, and that's why he had to go to Americas for a while, returning only earlier this year. He believes that that is where answers to what's going on will be found. And so I will ask both of you now, as dawn is almost upon you. Both of you have these information. You are in each of your separate homes in different parts of town. What do you wish to do next?
Addie's packing a bag for Eddie and is gathering what I could only assume is her life savings and sort of getting him ready for the day.
He's lying in bed, still with his wounded shoulder, and hasn't stirred too much. Been sleeping pretty soundly. Took a couple shots of whiskey before going to bed. And he'll wake up and see what you're doing and be like, "What, are you leaving me again? So soon?" And I thought we had rather a bit of a breakthrough last night.
No, Eddie, I'm not leaving you. You're leaving.
Am I?
Yes.
And where is it that I'm going?
Anywhere but London.
You've always been the funny one in this relationship.
I'm not joking.
I'm not going anywhere.
She's got like his suitcase in hand, and I would imagine just like a wad of money, and shoving the wad of money into his hand.
He, instead of grabbing him, and he grabs your hand and pulls you down on top of him on the bed, and he kind of wrestles you down and goes, "I'm not going anywhere. If you want us to leave, pack your own bag, and I'll take mine and you take yours, and we'll leave together right now. That I'll do. But I'm not going anywhere without you. And if you're staying here, I'm staying here also."
Eddie, it's not safe for you.
Oh, if it's not safe for me, it sure as shit ain't safe for you.
I don't want to fight with you now.
Oh, we're not fighting. We're in perfect agreement. What it is do you want to do, dear? Do you want us to leave, or do you want us to try and sort this little madness out?
I don't... She sort of looks at his shoulder and takes a moment, and he'll see her knit her brows, and she's sort of taking a moment to think of the words she wants to say. I'll meet you wherever you go, but this isn't your battle to fight.
I'm not listening.
You have to.
No, I do not. I don't have to do anything except whatever the fuck I want to do. You think I've done everything that I've done so far and everything I've accomplished and killed all the men that I've killed and robbed all the people that I've robbed and drank all the whiskey that I drank just to get to this point and let you tell me what I'm going to do or not do? Addie, love. That's not how it works. Now, I may not be 100%. That bugger porter got me a good one yesterday, but I'm still more able-bodied than any other 10 fellas you could fucking pull in from the street out there. So you tell me where you want to go and what you want to do, and that's what we're going to do. And then when we're done, we'll get the fuck out of the city once and for all. And that's the last word I'll hear on it.
Wales is nice this time of year, I think.
Do you want to go now, or do you want to settle these affairs?
We can go now.
All right.
You.
Pack your bag.
She didn't think that this one through, right? Well, I'll get on with that. And I guess for what she wants to do, she wants to get him on a train.
I'll say that you think it's probably not going to happen. He's pretty hard-headed.
I think she just sits next to him and sort of puts her head in her hands. I'm going to go out for a bit. Check in on Claire.
You're not going to try to give me the slip, are you?
No. No, I'm not. I don't want to be in this city any longer than I have to be.
I'm going to send some boys with you.
Do you think that's necessary?
Well, it's your choice. Either the boys go or I go.
You lock that door behind me. And you sit with that shotgun in your hand. And you don't fucking open the door.
What have you gotten yourself into, Eddie?
I don't know, Eddie.
I've never seen you scared.
Well, lucky for you, there's more determination than there is fear right now. I'm finishing this shit.
All right. Go.
And I think she moves the shotgun, which I'm assuming is probably laying close to the bed next to him. Who are you sending?
Best man I've got. And he gets up and he grabs the shotgun. Name's Eddie Brown. You heard of him? Handsome feller.
She sort of takes a deep breath in, and I think she knows that this is not an argument she's going to win. Any sign of danger, you leave now.
Any sign of danger, and I'll put you over my shoulder and we'll fucking leave.
No, I'm not leaving Claire.
Well, then let's go get her.
All right.
There's a bit more grit than I think we give her. We give to her. She held her own pretty good yesterday. I mean, she obviously had that mental breakdown when she went into the alley, but other than that, she was pretty good.
I'm not worried about her. I just don't want her to finish this without me.
Then let's go.
She will. I'm assuming she's got a sidearm, or Eddie's got a fucking sidearm somewhere around.
Whatever you like.
Yeah. And she'll sort of tuck something into her waistband, her revolver, and she's gonna head out the door. But she's extremely paranoid right now. I wouldn't have any idea as to that Claire is going to Bedlam.
No, and I was just gonna say, in fact, do you even know where Claire lives?
I think that she was going to try and just figure it out. Start asking around.
Well, I think that you would at least be able to guess that she wouldn't be from this part of town.
Yep.
You know who would know?
Who would
Aberline,
know?
since he sent her a letter.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll go check in on Aberline.
Whilst that is happening, over at the hotel, the Opium Hotel, where you met Philip, the two of you have awoken after a very fitful night there. Just a bad night, obviously. He's sweat through. He seems to be All right, he's up and he's cleaning himself in the little wash basin that someone has brought. He's like, when he sees you stir, he says, I'm sorry, love, I know this is not quite the standard of living you're used to.
It is all right. Didn't they leave the hotel? I feel like I remember that.
I don't know.
Unless I'm wrong.
I thought you were gonna leave it, but
I don't remember. It's whatever.
if you did, this happened just before you left.
Okay, yeah. She kind of waves it off with like a dismissive hand. She has bigger things to worry about than opium.
You still sure you want to go through with this?
I don't believe we have a choice.
I don't have a choice, but you still do. There's nothing stopping you from walking out that door.
I believe I have entrenched myself into this far more deeply than anyone would be comfortable with, including this order of your father's.
What of your friend, Miss Cook?
Whatever.
I really don't know what you'll find in there. That could be nothing, but it could also be truly horrific. I was thinking about it when I woke up this morning. I regretted calling on you because I fear putting you through even more terrible things than you've experienced so far.
You are placing some sort of responsibility on yourself for what? And it's partially to like get him to relax about it, but also a little bit probing, just trying to see if he knows more that he's still not telling her.
All I know there is that my father and those who attend him in ordained house have committed atrocities. Sure, go back very long time, decades probably, perhaps even longer, some of them. And I knew about it and I chose to run away to America rather than do something about it. Now more people have died. Marion, or innocent Marion, who was just wrong place at the wrong time. I can't help but feel responsible, and I should have done something.
How much faith do you hold in penance, Philip?
The kind that the state inflicts upon you, or the kind that you inflict upon yourself?
Either or.
I believe that the kind the government inflicts upon you is reserved for certain people only, those who have not the means to extricate themselves from the difficult situations. And as for the penance that we inflict upon ourselves, well, that changes from man to man and woman to woman. Some of us, I guess, have more of an ability to feel that, and others don't, which is what allows them to do what they do.
You are avoiding answering the question yourself. Do you believe in your own penance?
I don't know, because the scope of my crimes escapes my ability to understand it. I know what I did. I ran away. I know that some people paid the price for it, like Marion and a few others, but for all I know, there might be dozens more people hurt by this. Hundreds. When my father's matchstick factory burned, and those 13 women died in it, he was upset that production was going to be stalled. He was upset that he might not be able to rebuild. He was upset at the materials that he'd lost. Not once did he mention the 13 lives or all the other women who now had no jobs and had almost died or suffered from smoke poisoning. Is that who I'm going to become? I look like my father. I have many of his mannerisms. Am I doomed to be like that? And when I think of how much penance I should be doing, how much guilt I should be feeling, and I wonder, am I feeling enough?
Did you run away twice?
No, I can't do that. That's why I must go. But
And I
hesitate
believe
to bring
you.
in.
I believe you have found the man who you are. And I do not believe it is your father. As for myself, I could flee. I wish I could flee a great deal. Then mayhaps I'd be able to. But I fear it will find me. You've known me to have gone through a great deal of turbulence, I suppose, and as much as I try to run from it, it always seems to find me, always in the eyes of others who recognize me from some place, from some paper, from some rumor. Everything we do will follow us. So I run.
He comes over and he squats down in front of you. He tucks a strand of hair behind your ear. Says, I believe you've shown more courage in the past 2 minutes than I have in my entire life so far.
She is not looking at him. She does not want to make eye contact with him right now.
Fine. Shall we go then?
Yes.
Face our fears.
Yes.
Takes your hand in his.
She'll allow it.
He gets up and... Right. Well, we'd better leave because I fear that if we stay here another minute, I might decide to simply order more opium and just load off for a while.
Right. Out the door.
He picks up a few things that he's got with him. You see he's got like a little wooden case, like a long. Take that and he puts that under his jacket. And... Right. To Bedlam then. The two of you exit the hotel where he was holed up. Bones, you come out of Aberline's office. He wasn't there. You spoke to his secretary who went through the papers and found Claire's address. And told you that Aberline was out investigating, things related to this case and whatnot. And you hitch a ride, and you find yourself pulling up in front of Claire's home. You notice that there's a small hansom there, and there are two guys that you recognize from Eddie's gang who are... one of them is sitting in it and looking like he's about to doze off. The other one's legs are just kind of hanging off the side as he's obviously
I think unceremoniously, Addie will. I'm assuming that her and Eddie have taken a hansom.
Yeah.
She get it out of her hansom, and then she opens carefully the door to the hansom that Claire had outside of her house, and then slams the door shut.
Jesus Christ, Eddie! Liable to give a feller a heart attack.
Where is she? Is she inside?
No, she's not.
Well, where is she?
She headed off to some hotel last night.
A hotel.
Meeting someone, I believe.
Fucking hell. Where?
I don't know, and he reaches and he wakes up the other guy. Niall, your lovebird from last night. The chick you fancied. Remember where she went to? Chris. Oh, hi, Eddie. How you doing?
She does not look amused at all.
Carlisle Hotel, 777 Drury Lane, room something.
Would I recognize the
Yeah,
Carlisle
you would
Hotel
know
yet?
that it's like
An opium den.
Yeah.
Yeah. She leans in towards him and is like seething. Did you take her down to an opium den?
Well, that's where she wanted to go, wasn't it?
Did you take a nice girl like that down to an opium den?
Well, she said she wanted to go.
Did she know it was a fucking opium den?
I don't know what she gets up to.
Use your cognitive thinking skills there, Niall.
She was meeting someone. She said she'd be fine. We dropped her off and we waited for a while, and when she didn't come out, we thought she was probably getting her leg up, so we came back here to wait.
You, like, almost mechanically, almost you can hear the metal screeching. She turns to look back at Eddie, and she is just rage.
You turn and you see Eddie's kind of like looking like he's not doing too well in the front of that handsome. He's just kind of like thinking you're not looking at him. He's like,
Eddie!
what is it? Are they dead? Tell them if they're dead, they're not getting fucking paid.
They took her to the Carlisle Hotel.
Now what'd you go and do that for, you idiots? She wanted to fucking go. All right, come on, Eddie. Let's go. You get back to the bar, you fucking idiots.
Oh no, you're not going anywhere, Eddie Brown.
I'm tired of fucking arguing about this. Get in. We're going to the Carlisle.
She turns back to Niall. Call up the 40 fucking elephants.
What the hell do you want to do that for?
Tell him I've got a vote to make. Tell him to meet me down at the Carlisle Hotel.
He looks at Eddie. And he's like, all right, Jesus fucking Christ, try to do a fucking gal a fucking favor. He gets sorted out on the thing and they eventually sort of take off.
Natty gets back in.
And he's like, I guess Claire does have a little bit more grit than I expected. Who do you think she was meeting?
Could I make an assumption?
I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not, for two reasons.
Okay.
One, because you don't really know him.
That's
And
fair.
two, he's the seventh in line, or you don't expect that he would. Like,
Yeah.
I think he would be like, I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
I don't know who. Oh, God.
No.
I don't know who the fuck she was meeting over at the Carlisle Hotel, but I better not be anything that I think it might be. But regardless, I've called the cavalry.
Well, let's get there ahead of the cavalry to make sure that they're still there to get to. And he gets the horses going. You pull up in front of the Carlisle Hotel. You get off, I guess, and go in. You see the day fellow there. He's just this big old fucking burly dude with like his shirt kind of half open and one of his suspenders kind of hanging down, and he looks like he just got super drunk last night, and he's kind of still there. And when you walk in, he's like, yeah, help you.
I'm looking for someone.
Just anybody, or?
No, a young woman. Blonde curls, hair. Pretty. Doesn't look like she fucking belongs here.
Oh, with pretty black dress with the little golden comb in her hair, and the princess of fucking Wales, right? That's who you're talking about, right?
Looks like she got roughed up the day before.
A lot of girls here look like they got roughed up the day before.
She puts her hand down. She doesn't slam it. She puts her hand down so that the tattoo on her hand is very visible.
She's gone.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. She left with a gentleman.
What did he look like?
Tall, slim, longish hair, sideburns to here, mustache. Looked also like he didn't belong here, but I've seen him here before, so.
You're describing Philip Abernathy.
Who the fuck is Philip Aberline?
Somebody who certainly doesn't fucking belong here.
Well, there you go then. The two of them are a fucking pair. Now, do you need anything else, or?
Well, did you see which direction they went?
Outside.
Great. We'll be paying a visit. You'll have some troops outside here soon.
Hold on. I seem to recall him saying something. They took a cab, and I heard him. It's almost coming back to me. Almost coming back to me.
It's incredible how many. The 40 isn't quite the correct number, right?
40 pounds would certainly jog my memory.
How about 40 fucking elephants?
All right, fine. I'll cut you a deal. 20.
She moves her jacket to show the revolver in her waistband. 40 fucking elephants.
You gotta give me something.
Think of them like termites set upon a wooden house. There will be nothing left. Your opium gone. Your money gone. Your patrons gone.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's a good thing that you're gonna follow them where they're going. Because they're going to Bedlam, and you're fucking crazy.
I might be fucking crazy. You might be right. But I'll see this house burned.
Don't think we don't got protection of our own, lady.
Who, E&C?
More of a foreign interest.
Oh, is that so?
You ever see what a Chinese gangster does to a pretty little girl like you? You don't even have time to realize anything's going on. Next thing you know, your tongue's hanging out of your throat.
I'm sure I'll bring up that in the next meeting that we have with the Chinese gangs. Thanks very much. And she just about face and... Oh, sorry.
The fuck? You okay?
I punched my desk. I didn't mean to.
Jeez.
40 fucking elephants!
Method acting. Jesus.
I was really in character, okay? I was immersed.
You get back out, jump on your handsome, and I guess go to Bethlehem?
Yeah, and on the double, actually. Too sweet.
Too sweet. Bethlehem Hospital in Bromley is as burnt down once before and was rebuilt, so it's not a new Bethlehem Hospital. It is in a very beautiful part of town. It is surrounded by trees and kind of a little forest behind it. It's very peaceful, very quiet. Of course, the rumors about the things that go on inside are a different story. But outside, when you pull up, Claire, it's very quaint, very quiet, very peaceful. People out and about doing their day's business as the day is starting. The place itself just looks like, any other old monument. It's this massive hospital, and from the outside it looks perfectly fine. And as you kind of take a look at it, Philip says, my understanding is that there's access, a door somewhere from behind. We would have to cut through the woods and approach it from behind. There's a door that looks like a water drain that you can go down into. And that's all I know. That's what I gleaned from. It's what I gleaned from my father and people talking when they found Jack the Ripper here.
Are you armed?
He shows you that little brown box that he had. He opens it up and you see like a Colt Navy pistol. It's a design of pistol you've never seen before. Got it in the Americas. 5 shots. 45 caliber. It's a beautiful thing. Incredible craftsmanship. Not really shot it, of course, but I suppose it'll do. What about you?
She kind of pulls away at her coat, and you see the small, tiny little baby spy revolver just tucked into her skirt.
My. Ashbridge. Certainly are full of surprises. Were you carrying this the night I met you? At the garden party?
No, it was a bit after that I purchased it.
You never cease to amaze.
Right, well, keep that on you, and let's pray we don't have to use it.
Yes, exactly. And he takes it out of the box and he slips into the jacket pocket, and it's kind of half sticking out. It's fucking long.
Don't carry it with your finger round the trigger.
I know how to use a gun. I was in the military. Sort of.
Sort of?
Officer school. We don't do much militarizing. We sit around and read books and talk and have dinners, but I did end up doing some combat training.
Right.
I did.
Whatever. She just goes.
The two of you get out and we'll walk towards kind of around the block a little bit, and you'll find a place to cut in through the woods. You move through that forest. You can see the windows at the back of the hospital. It's dark and kind of bordered with the bars, and you can't really see inside the angle of the sun and everything, but it's kind of got this ominous quality to it. You start kind of in the back. There's not really like a lot of open space. Like the forest is almost right up to the building, and you kind of start walking along the back side of the building, and there are a couple of doors, but they're very obvious and they're kind of there. And you go through most of it, and you're just about to kind of like wonder where the fuck is this thing when he says, I think I found it. And behind a bunch of little trees, you can see what looks like something has been dug in the ground, like a water runoff, but you can see that there's a ladder that goes down it.
Okay. Claire is going to try to think realistically. She's going to take off her shoes because she's definitely wearing heels, and this feels like maybe a no heels situation, but she doesn't want to leave her shoes right by this like fucking sewer-esque entrance. So she will take off her shoes and then just like toss them into the tree line.
They go flying through the tree line and disappear. Look, I hope you weren't terribly attached to those.
I'm learning that attachment is puts a hamper on you, and she starts going down the drain pipe, and I feel so bad for him for having to hear that from her.
So you go down into this thing. It's not really a drain pipe. It's really kind of like almost like just a big kind of cement hole that's been, and the water kind of all diverts from, when it falls from the eaves, it kind of all diverts there. And you climb down and you see a short little, very narrow kind of area, and you can see grates where all the water drops. But at the end of this little kind of walk-in space that goes underneath the hospital, you see a door. It looks like it was added after the building, like the stone and the cement of the building are broken really kind of jaggedly, so it really looks like they added this to the foundation after the hospital was built. There is a wooden door, but in front of it there is another door that's like a grate, like with bars. And when you approach it, you can see that it's partially painted yellow, the door, but there is very clearly a yellow spiral painted upon it.
She will. I think what she'll do is she'll have her pistol out, kind of like the whole militaristic thing of peeking around corners, just preemptively prepared for something to run at her, especially given the goat situation of yesterday eve. And she'll probably like silently motion for Philip to handle the door, because she's not Addie. She can't like lockpick.
He'll come up to it and he'll say, well, at least it looks like the information was correct, but I'm not sure how we're going to get this thing. You don't happen to pick locks, do you?
Why on earth would I pick locks?
Just asking.
You are now the Lord Abernathy, aren't you? This is your kin, your history. I'm certain if you just stumbled upon here and they had no idea I was here, they might initiate you or something. It's better you go through that door than I do.
Well, we need to open it first. Let's look for something to try and pry it open. Meanwhile, upstairs, Bones, you pull up in your hansom just in time to see the back end of Claire jump over the fence and disappear into the forest.
Fucking hell.
Where the fuck is she going?
I don't know, but we're fucking following.
What is she doing here?
She's looking for Carcosa.
Oh, Christ.
Now do you understand why I wanted you to stay home?
Yeah, and now do you understand why I wanted to come? I don't know how we get there, but I guess we follow her. She might know something.
Well, clearly she's on her own mission, but she's not doing this without me. And I guess subsequently you.
She's daft coming here alone like this. These people are fucking dangerous.
How do you know so much about Carcosa?
I don't fucking know anything. I just know the spook stories they've told on the streets of if you ever go there and you enter wherever this place is, you don't come out, because the people who are in charge here are the very scary people in the city.
There's no way I can leave you, can I? You're coming with me regardless.
You bet your sweet little ass. He takes the shotgun and he hops off the hansom and he tosses a coin to a kid there and watch the hansom and he attaches it. Well, come on, might as well get this over with. We hurry, we might be able to catch her before she disappears on us.
Right. And she is going. She's boot scooting boogie, and she's double timing, in fact. She's not going to admit that she's a little bit worried about Claire and that she cares about her and she wants to make sure she's safe. She's not going to say that out loud, but the hustle in her step
is
says
real.
so. Yes.
You go around the building, same thing they did. You jump over the fence and you can kind of see their tracks where they went to. Claire appears to be wearing heels and they leave like very specific footsteps. You eventually follow them, and then at some point you find one of Claire's shoes just lying there.
What the fuck? I pick it up and I take it with me.
Oh, Christ. I hope we're not gonna start finding parts of her.
Well, did I notice that there was 2 sets of footprints?
Yeah, you would have, I guess. He was
Yeah.
wearing boots, so.
Well, whoever she's with, it better not be Philip fucking Abernathy, because then I think I might end up having to commit 7th
Who the fuck
Degree.
is Philip Abernathy?
regicide.
What? What?
Don't worry about it.
Addie, you're not making any fucking sense. You hear Claire voices, just kind of atop, kind of filtering in somewhat, and you recognize Addie's voice. You don't hear what she says, but she sounds pissed off, which is just kind of.
She allows Philip to work at the door, his little task that she's anointed him, and she's gonna on her bare feet with her little socks, she'll pitter patter over to the bottom of the. Oh, I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
There's a good inch of water at the bottom of this thing, so your socks are wet.
And she splatters over to the entrance of. I assume it's like a manhole.
Well, it's not. Yeah, that's not really. It's like, imagine that there's normally there might be a set of stairs that go down, if you go into a basement apartment or something. But
Yeah.
instead of being stairs, it's just
right.
a straight ladder that comes down.
She'll splatter over there and just kind of just take a listen to make sure she's not in any immediate danger.
No, she just sounds pissed off.
Addie,
Claire,
can you hear me?
can you hear me?
What? Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Where are you?
Down here.
I follow the voice.
You see that little bud behind the trees. You see this ladder that goes down, and you see Addie down in this hole with.
Claire, down the hole.
Sorry, Claria.
She drops your shoe down at you.
She throws it back up at her.
I figured you'd want this.
I tossed them
Why?
to be quiet. And you're always so bloody loud.
I don't think that you really have your priorities straight. It's gotta be soaking wet down there.
Yes?
That's pretty gross even for me, Claire.
What, you can sit up there with your thumb up your arse, or are you going to come down here?
You need me to pick a lock, don't you?
Just get down here. She won't admit it. She just says, get down here, and walks back towards the door.
Addie looks back at Eddie very smug and then scurries down.
You don't see it, but Eddie's just and he follows you down. I want to say also, by the way, Sarah, that you can take off one condition in each of the physical and mental, since you did get some rest.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad I still have 5,000 conditions.
It's okay.
You're doing so great, Sweaty.
I just dropped in to see what condition. You pitter patter in this disgusting water, but at least you have shoes, Bones. Sorry, Claire, Addie, as you follow her, and you see, with some kind of little piece of metal, you see Philip trying to fucking force the bars on this door open.
I think Addie just kind of groans a little, and it's just right out of the way.
He looks over his shoulder. Bloody hell, where did you come from?
Philip, mind your manners.
Yeah, mind your
What's up?
manners, Philip.
Someone behind you! And he kind of takes his thing, and starts to move. And you're all really, it's really narrow in here. And then he's like, I'm fucking with her, you goddamn fucking ponce. It's like, who is that?
It's my ex-husband, Philip.
Brought your fucking ex-husband to this thing.
Right. Well, it's complicated. Don't worry about it. She just shoves him out of the way.
You kind of
And then-
have to sort of squeeze like this.
And she leans over to start working, and I think she glances over her shoulder at Claire and says, "And then you can explain to me what the fuck you were doing in an opium den with this one."
Well, he He was the one at the opium den.
And you went and saw him. Right. Anyway, here we go. Time to work. Silence now. We'll talk
Wait,
about
what
it
are you
later.
trying to... She's not going to let her work in silence. What are you getting at?
Did you know it was an opium den?
I had no idea it was an opium den.
Did you do opium?
But why would I do opium?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
And if I... First of all, absolutely not. Second of all, even if I did, what business is this of yours?
Well, you know what? She turns around completely and she's got a finger in your face. And you know what, then? Sorry that if somebody gives a shit about you, Claire. Sorry. And she turns back around and...
I fully welcome your worrying and your whatever this is, but opium? It's like you don't even know me.
This is quiet time now. Let Mummy work. Can you remind me what I need to do for pickpocketing? Or for, lockpicking.
Yeah, it's your precision and stealth. And you get a +2 because you have
I have lockpicks. Yeah.
Hydro.
Precision and stealth. +2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 1 success.
That's all you need. You wiggle, and the thing that makes it hard is that the plate's on the front, so you have to kind of like blindly bring your hand around it and kind of, fiddle around with it. But then after a couple of moments, it clicks, and you start pulling, and everyone's kind of got to back up a little bit, and and then you push the door open. When you push the door open, you can see that there's a very narrow, very narrow corridor. There's, again, like a few inches of water at the bottom, but this time it's still water and it smells disgusting. Like it's just been sitting there for... The walls on either side are brick. And as you start moving down this corridor, you see that the walls are covered everywhere with these writings, lines about the King in Yellow and about Carcosa and about all these things. And there's this strange figure with a cloak and a yellow crown that's kind of drawn somewhere, and all these strange things you don't understand as you move down this corridor. And it's very, very cramped. You're like you're not having to duck, but it's super dark. Unless anyone has a means of light. You just have the light coming in behind you. You're splashing through the water. The walls feel like they're coming in closer and closer and closer to you, and you're sort of like, using your hands to guide you, and there's all these drawings and these strange things. And then eventually you arrive at another door. Another door painted yellow. This one has a different symbol on it. It's got that ram's head symbol that you saw from the ordained house.
Before I think Addie does anything, I think she pulls the revolver out of her waist and hands it over to Claire. I'm a shit shot anyway. Much better with a knife. This will replace that little pea shooter of yours.
She'll not say anything, because I think the tension that would have been building going down this really scary hallway would be enough for her to just nod and take it, and she'll put her little pea shooter back into her skirt.
I'm assuming that door is locked.
I don't know. Do you try to handle?
I think she looks back at Eddie once and says, if we make it out of here alive, I'll remarry you again.
You're on.
4th time's a charm, certainly.
That's what my priest always said.
She looks back at Claire. Are you ready to finish this now, Claire?
Yes.
I think she just lays eyes on Philip. She says nothing to him.
Philip is like super focused right now. He's staring at that door, and he's starting to sweat a little bit. He's still got, like, you know, the drug's still kind of working its way through his system a little bit. He's looking a bit pale, but he's looking determined. And he's got like some ginormous pistol kind of sticking out of his pocket, and he's got his hand on it.
I think she cuts one last look to Eddie that basically says, shoot him if he gets in my way.
Hey.
I think Addie looks to the door and slowly tries the handle.
You put your hand on the handle, and it feels kind of greasy and weird, like there's some sort of residue. Push down on the handle, and slowly it clicks open, and you feel the door go loose, like you could pull it open.
I think she pulls it open.
You pull it open, and on the other side, you see exactly the same thing again, a short corridor. This one doesn't have any drawings or words on the walls. This corridor is much shorter. The bottom is dry. It's stone, but it's dry. There's no more water in it. And it's a very short corridor, and at the other end of it, you see another door.
Another one?
When you see the door, Philip's like, wait. Something from my father's books. Three portals. Something about 3 portals. There is but one road to heaven and one road or one path to hell, but 3 portals you must pass to find lost Carcosa, and there lose yourself. That's it. That's the 3rd one. Carcosa's beyond that.
She just gives Addie a look.
I think as Philip's speaking, Addie's eyes are on Claire. Well, what do you think there?
This is it?
We either come out victorious.
Or we turn the fuck around, says Eddie.
Don't
What's
you
my
fucking
suggestion?
start.
I
She kind of looks at Eddie and Philip at this point. The only thing they have in common is that they're men, and I think that's enough for Claire. If you want to turn around, do so now. But we are going through that door. And if you're going to come with us, I expect both of you to intend to see this as far as we do.
Eddie says, I'll go wherever Eddie needs to go, but I've heard the stories of this place, and they're not spooky stories about the devil and ghosts and this, that, the other shit. They're just stories about people with a lot of power who have the power to make people disappear at will. They made Jack the fucking Ripper disappear. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. These are not common criminals. These are...
Do you think do you believe I've forgotten? Do you believe I'm fucking daft?
No, but I think that perhaps you've not had the joy that Addie and I have had of living under the thumb of people like that and seeing exactly what that power does do when it is not wielded in such a maniacal fashion as these people do. Imagine what they can do when they do set their minds to evil, even when they're not set to evil. They give us fucking slums and matchstick factories and children in the streets starving, filthy. And that's the good ones. That's not even the really bad ones.
She gets to the point, Eddie.
And after all of that, you want to still turn around?
My point is that you have to decide if this is your fight to fight or not. If you do, I'll go with you. But it may not.
Why the fuck do you think I am here?
He's not even looking at you. He's looking at Addie. Is this really your fight?
She says the mantra that she said this entire time, through this entire expedition and this entire case. She looks at Eddie dead in the eye, and then she looks back at Claire. Those women, my friends, I want the truth.
All right. And Philip looks at Claire and says, let's do it. Let's go find out what's in there.
It's a bit sad. She does disregard Philip a little bit, and she just looks at Addie. And it's just a simple nod of affirmation that all she has to do is open the door.
It's been a pleasure working with you, Claire.
The pleasure's all mine, Addie Cook.
She turns around and she tries the door handle.
The door handle, when you approach the door, you can see that it was painted yellow. There's this dark black substance that's covering most of it. It looks like it's almost as if the room next behind it was filled with this stuff, and I was pushing through the cracks of the door and just trying to kind of slip out. You can see the drips of it coming down the side of the door, and there's handprints and this really kind of sticky black substance is just smeared all over the door, and there's a smell of old blood that you can smell, and you realize there's no handle. It's just a door that you push.
Guess we'll push it open.
You push the door open. The door opens up on a small room, and it takes you a minute, but you eventually recognize it. You've seen it in pictures, the pictures of Lady Rosencrantz when she was wearing the masks and surrounded by the figures, but also the pictures of the last victim. You saw the pictures in the room of Mary Jane Kelly, last victim of Jack the Ripper, when you saw the images of her surrounded by these cultish figures. You recognize that room as this one. You can see that there are chains on the walls and hanging from the ceiling. There are little tiny cages that someone would have to be really kind of cramped in to be in. You can see all sorts of blades and other torture devices on tables and hanging from the walls. On the floor at the center of the room is this giant yellow spiral, and you can see evidence of dried blood everywhere.
Is it just like, is there no other door in this room? Is this literally...
There is a door on the other side, yeah, but this one looks like you would expect a door down here to look. It doesn't have the same... It's not yellow, it doesn't have anything. It just looks like a regular door at the back that leads...
She is not looking at any of this longer than she needs to, and she is just going to slowly make her way across the room to get to the other door.
And what's Addie doing?
I'm looking for something to prop the yellow door open.
There's some stuff. There's chairs in here. There's, like I said, various tools, shackles, things like that.
Yeah, I want to grab one of those chairs and drag it over and prop that door open.
And Philip and Eddie have moved in, and they're kind of looking at some of these things and whatnot. And you go and you grab a chair, and you come over to the door, and you put it. And as you're bringing the chair forward, you see a hand behind the door. Like there's someone behind the door. initiative.
How do I roll initiative? Fuck! How do I roll initiative?
No, Bleak draws the cards.
Oh, I forgot. Can I get advantage because my fucking socks are wet?
I think that actually gives you disadvantage, buddy. Bad news.
Wait, I never saw that. You guys imagine that.
All right. So I'll draw Addie, then Claire, then the boyfriends and husbands.
It's not my boyfriend.
I'm gonna throw up.
Addie goes at 3, 10 for Claire.
Wet fucking socks, man.
6 for the boys, and 2 for that guy.
I'm so fucking bungled right now.
You see a hand and what looks like the long sleeve of like some dark cloak or something, and as you kind of push the chair, the hand pushes the door open, and from around the door comes this figure dressed in this cloak, and it's wearing that yellow antlered mask that you saw in the Abernathy house with the sort of skullish face of the deer with the spiral on it and the antlers on top, and it has this big ass knife, and it just drives it at you. So a reminder that in this game you can choose to attempt to parry or dodge, but if you do so, you give up your action. So you can only do it if you still have an action, first of all. And then if you do so, you give up your action to be able to, otherwise you have to just kind of take the hit.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna parry.
You're going to attempt to parry. So you're going to use your physique in close combat.
And I get a +1 to that. Because of my knife.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming I can get a +1 to that for my with my knife? Okay.
Yeah.
So physique and close combat +1, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 2 successes.
Fortunately for you, I have the devil's luck. The blade comes in, and you bring up your knife, and you kind of deflect some of it a little bit, but the knife still kind of gouges right into your shoulder. You're going to take 2 damage, as I don't suppose you're wearing any armor, so you're going to take 2 damage as this blade, well, 2 physical conditions, as the blade kind of jams into your shoulder. And this thing that's kind of looming over you with this blade reaches out and sort of grabs by your throat and pulls the blade out right away, and looks like it's going to strike again. But you go at 3, except you give up your action to be able to attempt to dodge. At 6, the boys will react. So they will turn around, and Eddie will be like, "Eddie!" And he'll turn, he'll kind of try to get the shotgun up and try to take a shot, and realize that, you know, you're right in front of it, and he doesn't dare do anything. So he starts moving forward. Philip is trying to pull his gun, and he pulls his pistol out of his thing, and he moves to kind of be between the creature and you and Claire. He's also kind of aiming, but he knows he can't take a shot. It's too dangerous. And now Eddie's kind of coming in there, and Eddie comes in with the butt of the gun, and he's going to attack the figure with the butt of the gun. He gets just 1 success, but that's all he needs because the figure can defend. So he hits it with the butt of the gun right in the mask, and the creature kind of reels back a little bit as he hits it. At 10, you get to go, Claire.
Fuck him up, big dog.
I know that shooting right now is a bad idea because there are 3 other people in front of
you could do it.
My gun, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
And I have marksman, which means on my first round, when ambushing or attacking the enemy, I get a +2.
Okay.
But I have a physical condition, so it's only a +1.
Go for it.
Okay,
I'm also going to make it a bit more difficult because there are a lot of people in the room. So I'm going to say that if you want to be able to hit with the amount of people that are kind of in there and kind of matching on, you're going to need 3 successes to be able to hit.
Fuck it. Yeah. So that's 8 dice. So I have 1, 2, 3. Wait. That's 6. I can count. Hold on.
Counting's real good.
2 successes. I just need 2 more dice to roll
Baby,
me
come
one
on,
more.
baby.
You can push.
Oh wait, I dropped one. I dropped one that didn't count. I didn't look anyway.
Yes!
3 successes, devil's luck. You level the gun, and there's like this moment when everything kind of freezes, and something weird's going to happen here, okay? Because you just got the devil's luck. All right? You get this strange sense. This is good. You get this strange sense that sometimes when you do things, you feel like you get a little help from somewhere. Something makes things happen really well, but it always feels a little sinful and naughty, like it's coming from somewhere dark. But you kind of like it, and it's fine, and it's good. And you kind of feel like that here. Like you draw the gun, you know there's people in the way, you know it's dangerous, but you're rebellious. You go, fuck it, I'm doing it anyways. And you level your gun, and you take aim, and you squeeze that trigger, and you're like dead sure this is the shot of a lifetime. And then your gun misfires. You feel like something has just... You can't explain it, but you feel like something has just actively worked against you. And the gun explodes. Now, you are lucky in that you don't get any damage. It just kind of explodes up and kind of splits apart. But it's completely wrecked. And you know for sure this was going to be the shot of a lifetime.
You motherfucker.
At least it wasn't my gun.
And you go, ah! And you drop the gun, and back to the beginning. This thing goes again. And you see it's kind of got a hand on you, Bones, but it's holding you very loosely. And it was going to stab you again, and then it looks at Eddie after Eddie's hit it in the face.
Okay.
And it rears back, and it pushes the knife forward right towards Eddie. If you want to give up your action, I'll let you try to get in low.
I'm gonna roll a percentile die to decide what I want to do. Yep,
You do?
I do.
You see the blade go for him, and you know he's already wounded, you know he's already injured.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like, his gun's kind of tangled and all that, and he doesn't really kind of see below, and the guy, the creature, whatever it is, just gonna hit him right in the stomach and just like rip through him. What do you say as you do it?
That's my fucking husband, you bastard!
And you throw yourself down just as the blade comes up, and it catches you right on the side. You feel the blade nick your ribs. And you're going to take 2 wounds. 2 physical.
That leaves me at broken.
Yeah, so you fall to the ground. The knife comes out of the thing's hand as you fall to the ground with this knife stuck in. And for a moment, as you reel there and kind of fall on your back, and you look up and you see Eddie's face like, ah, and he kind of just dropping towards you, and you see the creature has got another knife that it's pulling out as Eddie's kind of dying on top of you. You get this strange moment where you look up, and instead of Eddie and the creature, you see Claire holding you. And she's surrounded by a bunch of figures in dark cloaks. And one of them has this ram's skull as a mask. And they're looking down at you. And you're feeling your life pulling out of you and ebbing out of you. And Claire is holding you, and tears are streaming down her face. And then there's a gunshot. And you see Eddie drop down on top of you and start pulling you away. And you see the thing that was about to stab down on Eddie sort of stumble. The mask is split in 2. and it falls forward, almost dropping on top of you. And you see Claire, Philip's got his gun up and smoke's coming out of the barrel of it as he's got both hands on it, and he's just staring straight and not moving and kind of cramped there. And the creature falls down to the floor. Eddie's moving quickly. He's seen knife wounds before. He puts pressure on it, and he removes the knife, and he's ripping pieces of his shirt out, and he's starting to bandage you. What do you do, Claire?
I feel like Claire's really shaken. The moment she saw Addie go down, she screeched. That was like a blood-curdling, a mother just lost her child shriek. And she's shaking. And I think it takes a while once the echo of the gunshot rings out and it's relatively silent that she would immediately just push and jolt against herself to run at Eddie and Addie and assess the situation and try to help wherever she can.
You see that Eddie kind of knows what he's doing. He's like, stay with me, kid. Stay with me. Come on now. You've seen worse than this. You've had worse than this. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine. Would you, Claire, put some pressure. Put both your hands down on this. Press down hard. Press down hard. You're not going to hurt her.
She does whatever she's told to do, and she's crying, but she's doing it.
And he's working on her very quickly and stuffing the wound down. He's like, we're going to need a doctor, but I think she'll be all right to get there. He's like, all right, babe, look at me. And he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out his flask and he opens it and he pours some really shitty Irish whiskey down your throat. And you're like, and he gives you a little slap. Come on, babe. Come on. Look at me.
What's behind the mask?
Jesus fucking Christ. Is that all you can think about? Don't let go, Claire. Keep the pressure on here. We're going to need to get you to a doctor right fucking quick. We need a surgeon. I suppose one of you, and he looks over at Philip, and Philip is standing over the body of the thing, and he's got his gun in his hand, still sort of smoking, and he's looking down at it. Suppose you have access to a surgeon? And Philip's not saying anything. He's just staring down at the body of this thing.
Philip! A surgeon!
Yes, of course.
Right, Claire, you get my cigarettes out there. I would really love a cigarette right now.
I cannot recommend smoking or putting anything untoward into your lungs right now. I must keep pressure on your wound, Addie.
All right, pet, that's all right. We'll get a cigarette in a minute. What's behind that mask there?
You see that Philip has knelt next to it, and he's removed the mask. You can't see who the person is, because he's between you and the figure, but he's removed the mask and discarded it, and he's still just staring down at it.
Who is it, Philip?
He looks over his shoulder at you. My mother.
Jesus fucking Christ.
See her hand come up, and she grabs the front of Philip's jacket. Mom? She tries to kind of pull herself up, and he helps her up a little bit, and even that he's kind of staring at this whole thing, and she sits up, and you can see it is in fact Lady Abernathy. She has blood coming down her forehead and this huge bruise, and you can see the bullet didn't pierce the mask. It got stopped by the mask, but it still kind of knocked her out and did a whole bunch of damage. She's sitting up now and blood streaming down her face.
Right, where's my knife? I've got a fucking stabbing to get back to. And Addie on the ground is like palming for her own knife.
Eddie grabs the knife. He's like, there'll be no more stabbing today, love. We've done enough.
She's stabbing me. I ought to stab her back.
Well,
Claire, has one hand now on the wound, keeping the pressure on Addie, while the other one just fully draws her gun that's still in her skirt and just points at Lady Abernathy. She's not shot it yet.
That's right, Claire. That's much better. There we go. That's a girl.
And flips
Why?
out. He looks at you. Who are you?
You hear the click of the gun as she cocks the chamber.
It's like,
Why?
Please.
Answer me! Why would you do this?
She pulls herself up a little bit more. Philip looks down at her. Answer her mother. He looks at all of you. Because someone had to. Because someone has to keep order.
And what? Butchering women, stringing up young girls and taking pictures of them. Raining terror across the city. What is wrong with you?
That wasn't us, child. That wasn't us. That was somebody else. For a while we thought there was such a thing as the Yellow King. Carcosa, we read about it in the books and we did the rituals and celebrated them, but none of it's real. It's just myth. But it worked. It was a good story to keep people afraid and away from the truth. We tried once. We tried at the factory with 13 of our girls. Tried to summon the Yellow King, but it was all hogwash, of course. Had to set fire to the thing. To cover it up. There's all sorts of trouble. The Crown, those ingrate bastards, came out in support of the unions and the people. We were doomed. The whole world was going to change around us. Laws and regulations and unions. Peasants rising up. Then someone very, very special, very close, Queen Victoria, found to be Jack the Ripper. And we finally had our way to get the monarchy on board. We offered them a deal. Cover this up. Keep their precious little one safe. In exchange for their support. Things would go back the way they were supposed to be. We know best, after all. It's in our blood, we nobles. How to run things. Then Rosencrantz found a new maid. Turns out this maid was not who she said she was. It was our own mistake come back to haunt us. The lone survivor of our matchstick factory fire. Must have had the devil's luck on her side to get out alive. Came back for us. The rest was just theater to keep people doing what they're supposed to. Then they came for him, my husband. And Rosencrantz, and I assumed they would eventually have come for all of us. This peasants' revolution, killing us in the night like we're filthy mongrels no better than they are. Well, now they'll know their place. Do with me what you will. It will not matter, the ordained house will prevail. There will be order.
There are tears streaming down her face. The faith that she had in the institution, the monarchy that she respected so much, she wanted to contest even the idea that the queen herself could be capable of anything untoward. But from everything she has experienced in this journey, she has to believe it now. And so she will remain a bit silent with the gun still hovering over Addie's still alive body. So if there was anything that Addie wanted to say to Lady Abernathy, I'd say now would be the time to do it.
I think Addie, at some point during this little monologue, has somehow gotten her cigarettes out and is actively smoking now. And I think you just see this plume of smoke come up into the air, and a chuckle, and maybe a little bit of a cough afterwards as she's sort of holding on with Claire. I think at some point a hand has come over Claire's hand. You see the truth now, Claire. You're all
She didn't
right.
say anything.
You're all right there, Claire. You're one of them good ones, but you, Lady Abernathy, that's the whole thing. You've got it all wrong. You look at us like we're fucking animals, like we're lesser than you. But you lack something. You lack something so dear to the human spirit, to the human condition. Do you know what that is, Lady Abernathy? Do you know what it is that you lack?
Don't presume. Teach me anything.
I don't presume anything. You're so fucking caught up in your traditions, and so fucking caught up on what we're doing. Meanwhile, your husband was fucking some other trollop there in your own home. I pity you, Lady Abernathy.
You think I didn't know?
Oh, I'm sure you knew.
Your petty Sunday school morals that you filthy peasants cling to are not for the likes of us.
Oh,
We
I
are
don't have-
above all of that. We are beyond all these concerns of your base morality.
Oh my god, you just go on and on and on. Listen, lady, I'm not fucking moral. I've been married and divorced 3 times. Sunday school fucking morals, that's where you've got it all wrong, is you think that you know anything about the lives and personhood of those of the working class.
I know enough. I know all I need to know. You have a role to play, and as long as you play it, we will allow you to survive. But once you start pretending to be better than you are, you will know why they call us the ruling class.
Listen, you might think that you're better than me, but you're just an old bitch with a dry cunt.
And you're a filthy whore.
The shot rings out.
You pull the trigger, the gun bucks in your hand, and this time there's no mask to stop the bullet. Lady Abernathy takes the bullet right in the face, and her body just, bam, hits the ground hard. And there's just that smell of gun smoke for a moment, and the shot echoing around the room. It's down.
Claire's hand is still in the air. For as much as she's waved that gun around, she has never shot and killed someone before. And this is definitely the point of no return for her. And in that single shot, she firmly believes her life is over.
You feel a warmth of Addie's hand wrapped around yours where you hold the gun, and she just slowly lowers it for you. That's all right, girl. You're real good there. You just sit back now.
She drops the gun beside her, and a palm just comes to her own mouth as she just weeps. A hand still dutifully on Addie's wound, she just weeps.
And Addie tries to sit up a little and pull you into this embrace that feels like kinship.
After a moment, Philip says, "Who killed my father then? She didn't do it. Who killed my father and Rosencrantz? Who killed Marion? Who's Rowan Mars?"
Some rich bitch.
The girl who survived the fire, her name was Prosper, Juniper Prosper.
Yeah, I know Juniper Prosper, don't we, Claire?
She's
Should expect that.
she's not
A unionist, isn't she?
I remember meeting her coming out of Lady Rosencrantz's apartment.
Didn't we sign that donation for the women's union for the matchstick factory? I signed my name to a pledge next to Claire.
But Mother said that it was their mistake to come back to haunt him. How or why would Juniper have managed to do this? Doesn't make any sense. I have to know. I have to find out. And he gets up and he takes one last look at his mother. Bye, Mother. And he comes over and he kneels next to you, Claire. He does that thing where he almost goes to put his hand on you, but then hesitates and pulls it back. You did the right thing, Claire.
We should get Addie to a surgeon as soon as possible.
All right, let's start by getting out of here. So, Addie, because of the way the system works, you get back 2 conditions. So you lose broken and you lose another one. Because Eddie got 2 successes on this medicine.
I feel much better, actually. I can probably skip out of here.
He'll get up and he'll help you up and say, I need to know what happened. I need to know if she's involved in this, or I'm not going to be able to wrap my head around any of this until I know. I'm going to go try to find her.
I think Addie grabs Philip with a strong grip, and she pulls him in really close. You've got a decision to make, Philip Abernathy. Do you understand me? Which side of the line do you stand on?
I certainly don't stand on the side of the line of people murdering people, if that's what you're wondering.
Claire looks at him, considering she just murdered someone.
Yeah, when you're like, he goes, that doesn't count.
Listen here. Eddie and I got a lot of pull there in the East End. And we'll remember whatever decisions that you make.
I don't know. For now, I just need to get to the bottom of this and find out exactly what happened to my father and Rosencrantz, and hopefully Marion also. It was my mother who killed him. She might have been their leader, but she didn't do this, obviously. Somebody else did.
Check out Rowan Mars. She was quite pleased to see your father dead.
I'll look into that. Come on, let me help you get out of here first. Let's get out of here.
Don't
And,
touch me.
The lot of you will hobble on out of here. You go by the door you came out. You go by the other door.
I don't think Addie trusts that other door.
I don't trust that other door.
It's scary, and you fool me once, Bleak. Shame on you. I will not be fooled twice. I go back for once we came.
You step outside, climb out of this little hole thing. It's a little difficult for you, Addie, but you manage with their help. Where will you go next?
Claire's top priority is ensuring that Addie has proper medical attention. I know that mechanically she's fine, but narratively, Claire doesn't. She just got stabbed twice. So.
All right. He looks around and he'll tell you. There's a surgeon, Claire. You can take her to, and he gives you an address and a name. Just tell him that I gave you his name, and he'll see to her immediately.
She'll do exactly that. She won't take any pit stops or anything.
Okay. The lot of you will then head out as he sets off on his own to follow up on the information about Juniper. The lot of you will find yourselves at this surgeon's home, and it's in a nice part of town. You pull up, no problems. When you come in, you drop Philip's name, and the old man says, yes, absolutely, come on in. And he brings you in. It's like in his home. He's got like his private little kind of like doctor's office in his own. He'll bring you in, and he's like, well, I'm sure you've had better days. And he'll clean the wound, and he's like, whoever did this did a pretty good job, but let's see if we can make this a little bit more permanent. He'll take care of you, and he'll sew it up, and he'll do all of that. And while that's happening, you'll be with Eddie in the waiting room, Claire. Eddie's staring out the window when you come back out, and he sees you, and what do you think? You think she'll be done and she'll let it drop now, or do you think she's gonna want to keep gnawing at it like a dog with a bone?
How long were you two married consecutively?
A million years?
You'd think
Long
you'd know
time.
her better by now.
I don't know. She's never been like this. She's always been headstrong, of course, and she's always had a bit of mischief in her, but that look in her eyes when we were about to cross through that third portal, I've never seen that look. That there was something strange in her eyes, just almost like she was possessed, but so I don't know what to think.
I know you probably think me to look down upon the likes of you, but I'm sure neither of us have given each other the best first impression. But if I know anything, Eddie Brown, I know that you are just a man, and men are very good at overlooking those they love.
That's fair. I'll take that. But I'll also tell you that it's a little different where Addie and I come from. It's not as straight and narrow and clear and uncomplicated as it might be in other parts of town. When your daily life is about surviving and drifting and trying to get one up on your fellow man just so that you can live to see another day, it changes things a little bit, and loving is something that becomes even more complicated. I love her very much, and I know she loves me, but the things we have to do sometimes make us the types of people who are not very good at doing that.
See, I suppose we really do come from two different worlds, because I imagine that makes everything simpler when you're given everything in the world is at your fingertips, and the entire world shifts around you on a whim just because you say so. That can make love complicated, because nothing is ever enough. I know she's a strong woman, but you are all she has. So stop leaving.
Sometimes, when you live the way we do, wanting something, I don't know.
So what? You're gonna leave her?
No, of course not. She's always the one that's done the leaving past. It's a while there of her arse. Besides that there's gold in them there hills, or that the grass is green over there, or that there's something else that she needs that I can't give her. Because I am a man of limited means. And I don't mean money. I mean in my capacity to love and show emotion. I know she needs more. And I can't always give her that, but there's nothing I can do about that. And eventually she gets bored and she leaves, and then she comes back.
It seems to me all she wants is you to come with her. All I've heard from you is, no, we can't do this, no, I'm not doing that.
I have
She wants you,
responsibilities.
Eddie. Is she not one of them? Listen to yourself. You're in a hole of your own making.
Well, maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. So be a man and be there for her.
I'm gonna go see if she's alright.
Here we go. Attaboy.
It looks like he's about to say something, but then stops himself and goes towards the door, and then he looks at you. What are you gonna do?
I don't fucking know.
Well, it seems like that's going around these days. He disappears into the room. You're high, Addie. That
Hell yeah.
morphine kicking in nice. Doctor's just finished taking care of you. He's like, I'll go tell them that you can see them, and he leaves, and the door opens, and you're fucking high. You're like, woo. Hello, Miss Cook.
Hello.
You can't see very well. You see just this kind of smudge of dark that has come in from the door, and Is moving towards you, and as she approaches and brings her face close, you recognize Rowan Mars. How are we feeling, Miss Cook?
Pretty fucking good, Mars.
It was fabulous. I understand you had a little bit of an altercation.
I've seen much worse.
I guess our little talk was not very productive.
I've got this condition, Rowan. The kind that says, has a hard time listening to folks who want to tell me what to do. Especially those with a great deal more money than me.
My concern now is what you intend to do about other things you've learned. What do you intend to do about Miss Prosper, for example? Your job, as I understand it, was to bring Aberline, the perpetrator of the murders of Lord Abernathy and Lady Rosencrantz, and I'm assuming you would put Juniper Prosper at the top of the list of possible candidates for that. But she's doing some good work, and I'm a little concerned with what you might decide to do. Tell me, Miss Cook, what might you decide to?
I was hired on by Abernathy to find the perpetrator. That's right.
Aberline, dear, Aberline.
Abernathy. His words are kind of funny right now. But I had a more important goal in mind.
And what's that?
Find the truth.
Truth.
Mm.
And what's that?
Juniper Prosper is the killer. And those who were looking out for killing girls that were my friends are dead. That's the truth. Isn't it, Rowan Mars?
I am very fond of rebellious spirits, Miss Cook. It's one of my favorite things you could say. It's very near and dear to my heart. Important to me. People stand up to those who lord themselves over us and do so without having earned it. People like the Abernathys who consider themselves superior simply because they're born into it. The monarchs of this land. Remind me of a man I once knew. An old bearded man who declared that all of us who adored him should do something. Something that most of us were very eager to do, but some of us thought was, well, perhaps asking a little too much, and for our rebellious spirit, we were summarily removed from his presence. So I tend to enjoy those with a rebellious spirit, but there are still certain things that need to be done. And for the last time, Miss Cook, I will ask you, will you relent? Leave Juniper Prosper alone, and leave her work alone, and let this lie.
I've got the information that I need. Aberline doesn't need to know anymore. I can remain king of the East End.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Pity that I don't believe you.
Why not?
She reaches out and she puts her hand on your face and she runs a thumb along your eyebrows. Very gently lays her hand on the side of your face. Because I know you too well, Addie Cook. and you feel a searing pain on your face on the side where she's touching, like your skin is being burned with a hot iron. And you scream. And Claire, in the other room, you saw Eddie go into the room, and then nothing happened for a while, wondering what you were going to do, and then you hear Claire screaming. Sorry, Addie screaming in the other room, screaming for her very life. What do you do?
Gun out, kick door down.
You rush towards the door. You get to the door. It's locked, of course. You got your gun out. You start hammering at it with your foot, and then you hear, "This one. Take her. You can clearly see she's not well. Poor thing suffers from a number of ailments, mania, nymphomania, psychosis. She attempted to murder her lover, Philip Abernathy, 7th in line to the throne. Thought he was the devil or something like that. The King in Yellow, she called him, but we'll give her the best care. You'll see, darling, you'll be just fine." And when you look over your shoulder, you see this woman there, Rowan Mars, that you met at that apartment once long ago. The doctor's with her, and there's a couple of orderlies there, and they come rushing towards you. And you turn around with your gun, you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they grab you, and one of them pulls the gun out of your hands, and they force your arms back behind you, and they have this sort of long white kind of wrap that they start wrapping around you just to kind of secure you. And the doctor's like, "Yes, I can see she's obviously very disturbed. I think a little bit of time at Bedlam will do her perfectly well."
She's kicking and screaming, which
You-
probably isn't helping her case at all.
You are kicking and screaming and biting, and you can hear still Addie screaming in the other room, and Rowan Mars is just looking at you with that smile on her face.
I know this will mean nothing. I know this will absolutely mean nothing, but Claire would be screaming at the top of her lungs everything that she knows about Rowan Mars. She's letting it out into the air. They're gonna think she's crazy. They already think she's crazy, but it's there. Because in Claire's mind, if they're gonna take her away, they have to fucking kill her because she knows everything.
And as you're screaming all of that, and the two orderlies are wrapping you and starting to pull you out, Rowan Mars looks at the doctor and says, "I hope you will remember all of this. I doubt there'll be any sort of trial, but you never know, and it's best to keep immaculate records." He's like, "Yes, of course, I totally agree. She's clearly out of her mind, but we'll take good care of her." "10 years later, things have changed. You spent so long in that asylum, no one listening to you, no one believing you, that you, well, might as well have been crazy to begin with for how insane it drove you to be in there. But you knew the truth. You knew there was truth out there, and you held on to that. And then one day you saw Addie's scarred face staring at you through that door. And she told you that she had found them, and she knew where they were, and you knew who she was talking about. And you let her take you out of that hospital outside of Bedlam. And Addie, things were difficult for a long while. You felt like you had the worst luck ever. Everything you tried, everything you did fell apart. Everything disintegrated. You could never, ever, ever get a leg up. You ended up begging on the streets with your deformities, the thing that people pointed at. It was the most horrible time, but throughout all of it, you kept strong and kept accumulating information and kept following the trails and keeping tabs on Rowan Mars and all the people involved in it. And 10 years later, you helped Claire out of the hospital, and you You took her to the boat, and the two of you sailed to America, and the two of you went to New York. And in New York, you followed her scent, and you followed her trail until you ended up in the basement of that church. Once again, Claire holding you as the wound in your stomach bleeding freely. The man in the mask staring down at you. All of them gathered around you. And as he watches you bleed, he says, "Lady Rowan, well, you just missed her. She's gone to visit our other chapters. We're everywhere. She's the Lightbringer, you know. We spread our word like fire throughout the houses of oppression, and we light our beacons everywhere. You were never, ever going to succeed." And you remember lying in a room like this, bleeding out. And Claire, you remember being in a room like this with a masked figure in a robe with a knife and all the evil that they perpetrated. And you remember holding Addie as she bled. And for a moment, you felt transported right back there, as if you'd gone right back in time. As if time was just this flat circle that you were going around and around and around in. And you remember what you did that day. You remembered the gun that you had. And this time you remember the gun that is hidden on Addie's person. And Addie, you know it too. The gun that you've hidden away under your skirts. And the two of you know that what you do next will decide once again where you go, where you head off to. If you pull that gun and shoot this person, you're going to have to kill everyone in this room, but that only puts you back on the track, on the trail of Rowan Mars, trying to find her. Or maybe this is when you give up. Stop going around and around in circles. Stop the pain. Stop the fear. Stop the questioning. What do you do?
Does Addie look like she's going to survive this?
It looks like she might.
Okay.
Seen
Well,
her
that
in
rules
worse-
out one option that I
You-
had.
You've seen her in worse shape before, and besides, you planned for this.
Is there like a chandelier in this room?
Sure.
Love a chandelier.
Sure, there is this big metal one that's hanging with a chain, and it's got like these strange little symbols of inverted stars and things like that that kind of are built into the iron of it, and they throw these shadows of these inverted pentagrams everywhere on the room. It spins slowly.
Unless there's something Addie wants to do.
I've got some flavor for you, baby.
Yeah.
I've got some real good flavor.
Go for it.
Addie just laughs and sort of like sputters up a little bit of blood, I think, as she's laughing, reaches underneath of her skirt, pulls the hidden gun, throws it up in the air for Claire to catch, and then is like digging into her pocket for her knife for like one last hurrah.
She'll catch the gun in midair, and as it's pointing up, she'll shoot so it hits the chandelier and it comes down. Because if they're going to go down, it's going to be by their own making. So
You pull the knife out, and you get ready to bounce up, and you take the gun and you shoot, and you hit that chain it on, and that chandelier falls down and crushes a couple of them, and the one in the mask kind of turns around and gives you your opening, Addie, and you rise up, your blade ready, The church is engulfed in flames. Fire spreads through it, almost as if it's trying to cleanse it from some evil or impure or unclean presence within it. And as this church burns, the orange flames of it lighting up into the night, all we see are two silhouettes emerging from its depths. One of them leaning on the other one, holding the blood in and the wound in her stomach from the knife. One of them carrying a gun in one hand and helping the other one. And the two of you stumble out into an empty street in New York, snow falling down around you. You can hear in the distance the fire bells ringing. There'll be people here soon to put out the fire, but it'll be way too late for the people inside, but you know she's still out there. You stop for a moment, and you look back and you see this church burning. And you think of everything you've done to get here, and all the people that you've lost, and the people that have disappeared from your life and have died and have gone. And it's just the two of you standing here. 1898, New York. Gun in hand, helping each other stand up. What are you thinking? What do you say as you watch the church go up in flames?
I think you just see the glow, the ember glow of Addie's cigarette as they're kind of walking together. Addie kind of leans into Claire.
Fucking Rowan Mars.
What was it you say? You bet she's shitting herself watching this.
I imagine she fucking is. I don't think she ever expected you and I to be back together once again. That's what them rich folks do. They underestimate us.
She's counting her days.
Good. Now I've got a fucking bill for her to pay.
And with that, you turn away from the burning church, hobble down the street as coming down towards you, barreling towards you, the horse-drawn firefighter brigades, carriages swarm on either side of you. And when they've passed by you at all speeds heading towards this church, you're gone. And the street is empty. And at the end of it is this burning church and the snow falling down. And somewhere out there is Rowan Mars. And two very, very pissed off women. And on that note, my friends,
Huzzah!
Count your fucking days, Rowan Mars.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
thank you so much, both of you. You were so amazing. You were so wonderful throughout this entire little mini-series that we just did. It was absolutely brilliant and such a pleasure to get to play with the two of you. Wonderful characters. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had fun with your two badass Victorian lasses.
Yeah.
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 Yeah.